morning. Yesterday, while discussing about national development of a country, we understand that what is national development? National development means the ability of a nation to improve the life of its citizens. The measurement of improvement may be of improvement in the gross domestic product or GDP, improvement of literacy rate, or the availability of proper health care, etc. That we have seen. Now, you may ask some questions. So, if development means different things, how countries are classified, whether it is developed or underdeveloped countries? You might have heard about that. There are certain countries in the world, they are in the category of developed, and some are in the category of underdeveloped or developing and developed. You may be noted many occasions. Now, how to compare countries? Today we will discuss about what are these criteria, how to compare different countries or states. Okay, how to compare different countries or states. How to compare different countries or states. Now, when we compare different things, they could have similarities as well as differences. You may be knowing similarities as well as differences in each comparison of different things. Now, which aspects do we use to compare them? Let us take an example of a classroom. If you take some example of a class, there are n number of students are there. That means if you consider a classroom that is of 30 students or 35 students, what will be the condition of a classroom? They are in different ways. What are the different ways? There sometimes they may be of tallest one. Some are very sharp in the height. Okay. Some are very talented. Okay. Some are very studious. That studious student may not be friendliest one. Okay. Sometimes some students may be very good in sports. Some are very good in oratory skill. Some are having very good oratory skills. Some are having leadership qualities. So sometimes the most studious students may not be the friendliest one. Okay. So when we are comparing with this, how to manage a sports team, a cricket team, a football team, or any other teams. Okay, or selecting of a debate team or a quiz team or some other group activities. There are different criteria are very important. So this is very important, and we are comparing on, we are taking one or two aspects. Okay, that means some characteristics. Okay, sometimes we are taking more than one characteristics are very important. Not only one characteristics. Okay. It means more than two or more characteristics. Usually we take one or more important characteristics of persons and compare them based on these characteristics. Okay. From the basis of this comparison, friendliest countries, whether it is developed or underdeveloped, income is one of the most important attribute of comparing countries. Income is one of the most important attribute of comparing different countries. So whether it is developed, exactly you may be thinking that the countries having more income, okay, that may be the most developed countries. Similarly, less developed country means their income may be very less. So what is the income? National income of the country. National income of the country, it is the total income of the citizens or residents of the country. Okay, people those who are living in the country, their total income that will come in the national income of the country. So when we are comparing countries, the average is very important for comparing countries. Average is also very important. Now the income of the country is the income of all the residents, as I have told you that. Now when we are comparing between countries, total income is not such a useful measures. Only total income we cannot measure, since countries have different population and countries have different population. Comparing total income will not tell us what an average person is likely to earn. So we compare the average income. So when we are comparing, it is not total income, average income we are taking. Okay, so that is very important. Average income. Okay, so what is average income? Average income. Income or per capita income. Per capita income. Average income or per capita income. The total income of the country divided by its total population. That is what we call the average income. It is also called per capita income. What is per capita income? Total income of the country divided by its total population. Or it is also called average income. And how to find out the average income or per capita income? It is equal to average income or per capita income is equal to total income of the country. Total income of the country divided by total population. When we get, it is a per capita income. Total income of the country divided by total population. That is the average income. So average income is very important. Now using this average income, different countries are classified. Who will classify? The World Bank Development Report or the World Development Report. Okay, World Development Report brought out by the World Bank. Okay, World Bank. This report is published by World Bank. Okay, according to the World Bank. World Bank classify countries using certain criteria, whether the country is developed or underdeveloped. Okay, there are certain criteria are there for classifying countries. So countries with per capita income is per capita income is equal to 12,616 US dollar, okay, per year. According to 2012, these countries are called developed countries. Okay, these are called rich countries or developed countries according to the World Bank. What is the criteria? The per capita income of that country more than US dollar 12,616 per annum. That means per year, or above US dollar 12,616 and above annual income. Okay, that is what we call the per capita developed countries, okay, or rich countries according to World Bank. Now per capita income less than 12,000, less than, now underdeveloped countries are their per capita income is 1,035 US dollar or less. US dollar 1,035 per annum or less per capita income. These countries are in the category of underdeveloped countries. So our country, what about India? India is whether it is developed country or underdeveloped. Our country is low middle income countries. That means our per capita income in the year 2012 it was of 1,535. Okay, it was 1,535 was there. Okay, in 2012. According to that, India is in the category of low middle income country. So these are the criteria. What are the criteria classified? This is very important as far as this lesson is concerned. First of all, you understand that what is per capita income? Per capita income is the average income of total income of a country divided by its total population. It gives the per capita income. Okay, so it is very important as far as this part is concerned, and how World Bank classify countries. Okay, whether it is rich country or poor country. Okay, according to the report, World Bank report. Okay, World Bank has given some criteria. What was the criteria? As far as this criteria is concerned, per capita income of US dollar 12,660 and above. Okay, the countries those having the per capita income of more than 1,660 US dollar per annum or per year. These countries are called rich countries or developed countries. Okay, some Middle East countries and some European countries are examples of this example or developed countries or rich countries, and countries with US dollar less than 1,035. Okay, 1,035 US dollar or less. These countries are called low middle income countries. India is in the category of low middle income countries. Okay, that is underdeveloped countries. Okay, underdeveloped. Okay, this is underdeveloped countries. US dollar 1,035 US dollar or less. Okay. Now, what is other? India is in low middle income countries. So, in the year 2012, our income, okay, per capita income was 1,535. So, we are in the category of low middle income countries. So, I told you some examples also. Now, we have to classify some examples. Okay, now two countries we are going to classify. Okay, let us see that. Can you see this example? Okay, here two countries you can see that. Okay, comparison of two countries A and B. Can you see all this? Okay, country A and country B. Okay, their monthly income of citizens in 2012 in rupees are also given. Okay, here citizen number 1, okay, that is of 9,500, second citizen 10,500, third citizen 9,800, fourth citizen 10,000, and fifth citizen 10,200. Okay, that is a per capita income of that country. Okay, and here country B, you can see that 500, second one 500, third one 500, fourth one 500, and fifth one 48,000. So here, will you be equally happy to live in both these countries? That is the question. Okay, will you be able to live happily in these two countries? Okay, that means perhaps some of us may like to live country B. Okay, if we are assured of being its fifth citizen, you see that fifth citizen, can you see fifth citizen? Okay, fifth citizen, okay, But if it is a lottery that decides our citizenship number, then perhaps most of us will prefer to live in country A. Even though both these countries have identical average income, you can see that country A is preferred because it has more equitable distribution. Let us check it out. Okay, you can see that country A, there is no that much disparities. Okay, here almost all citizens or income is distributed equally. Okay, 9,500, then 10,500, 9,800, 10,000, 10,200. There is not that much identical differences. You can see that. That means country A is preferred because it has more equitable distribution. In this country, people are neither very rich nor extremely poor. You can compare this also. Okay, here you can see that there is no that much disparity. Almost all people are not neither rich nor poor. Okay, on the other hand, country B, most of the citizen, you can see that. Okay, most of the citizen. Okay, on the other hand, most of the citizen in country B are poor, and one person is extremely rich. What is that? One person, fifth citizen, we have seen that. Okay, 48,000. We have seen that one person is extremely rich. That means this person, he is extremely rich comparatively some other 4 people. This person is extremely rich. Okay, so hence we can see that while average income is useful for comparison, it does not tell us how this income is distributed among the citizens. Okay, so this is some criteria of classified countries. Okay, it is not only that some countries are having more income, but there are some other criteria to decide whether the country is rich or poor. Okay, World Bank is simply classifying only on the basis of per capita income. But what are the other criteria? Other criteria are also very important as far as countries are classified. That we will study in the next class. Thank you.